So, as we know that all of this operational process and bridging the gap and connecting the communities, everything relies upon our student members and the volunteers of the committee who go for outreach, talk to people, take initiatives, and carry out these projects with utmost smoothness. And actually, they are the backbone of all of our implementations. So, how do you train and prepare your student volunteers for on ground legal aid work? And what skills do you prioritize during conduction and training of volunteers as well as their selection in the committee?
I would like to answer this question. Training new volunteers or literacy is not just a procedural, is not a procedural process, a theoretical process that we just go and tell them जैसे क्लास में होता है कि these are your syllabus, this is how you will do it, right? This is not over a eventful work, eventful, right? Interaction, connectivity committee, right? Where we get to face real experience. So training new volunteers is a mix and combination of theoretical, procedural, practical, and also skill development procedure. So how we train our volunteer, first initially we start with orientation sessions. So in orientation sessions, we brief freshers, first year students about what legal aid exactly is, how and what role will you be playing, how will you address the community, how and what all events or what all challenges, basically the basic sense of orientation session, how you will be dealing and what will be the procedure and things you are going to do. Then when they are done and well versed with the answer with their role, then we proceed to the workshop and training. So this is the fun part, right? This is where we not just give them theoretical lectures, but we also give them uh, more of a interactive sessions and interactive workshops, and which helps them to train to a good volunteer. One of few good workshops we conducted was with Sir Sairam Bhatt sir, and one of the workshop we conducted with NLSIU. I remember these two workshops. Sairam Bhatt sir was one of my personal favorite. As being such a great mentor, he taught our volunteers with the and uh, help of experiences, what problems and how will you be answering it. And he had some really amazing stories. And I remember after the session, volunteers talking to me personally and uh, asking me and giving me feedback of the interview, how fascinated and intrigued and inquisitive they were for the interview. After the interview, to proceed with the camps and be the part of the play. Later on, after with the workshops and training, we proceed with the on-field training. So we our new volunteers, we give them hands-on training for the camps, for the community outreach, how to reach the people, how to plan for the events, how to conduct programs. We uh, take them to courts, we take them to prison, we give them on-field training. With that, we also being heads and cores, we give them proper guidance, how to talk to people, how to remember sensitivity, how to be empathetic. Uh, as talking about empathy, we emphasize more on that. It's important to have a sense of empathy and ethical sensitivity so that they are able to understand legal aid isn't just about the cases, it's also about the life of people, right? You will be dealing with people. So just to keep a good empathy with talking to them. We complete our training by this process, and not only by this, they are well versed with the legal procedures, but they also prepare to serve society with a sense of responsibility, confidence, and deep commitment to justice.
Also, I would like to emphasize on the cultural sensitivity. As we know, cultural sensitivity is a crucial step of legal aid work. And our legal aid clinic will ensure that our volunteers are well equipped with to handle sensitive issue with the legal approach. The foundation of training lies in our SOP, a standard guideline that mandate all the volunteers to immediately consult a senior member If they came across a case involving a delicate matter like domestic violence, caste discrimination, or gender bias issues, this ensures that no volunteer can has to navigate some complex issue alone, and every case received the careful handling and expert guidance which the case deserves. Beyond SOPs, we emphasize effective communication with local communities. Volunteers are trained in using a simple and relatable languages instead of legal language, ensuring that the legal knowledge is accessible to those we assist. Additionally, we conduct a pre-camp briefing to educate volunteers about the cultural and social norms of that particular community where they will be working with. For instances, in some area, women may be more comfortable speaking with female make sure that the arrangement to respect that preference will be that community. Listening is just important as well as speaking is important. Listening is much more important than speaking. We train our volunteer in active listening and a non-judgmental approach, helping them to build trust and rapport with that community. Many individuals hesitate to share their concern due to stigma or fear. So, our role is to create a safe and supportive space where they can feel heard and understood. So, during our legal aid camps, this principle come to life, and volunteers never work alone on this sensitive issue. They address complex issue to the senior member to ensure the team-based and well-informed responses.
Certainly, that was a very wonderful insight. And as you mentioned, that when when we conduct new volunteers and members to our committee, sometimes the students, they are not aware with the concept of legal aid. And what happens is sometimes they think of it as to be, as synonymous to what we generally think that it's social service. But there is a difference between giving legal aid and providing social services, because legal aid requires much more complex set of skills. And as you also mentioned that we require some, that there is cultural sensitivity, or the people, they are good, the volunteers, they are good listeners. And as you mentioned that, as law students and future lawyers, we should be good at listening more than speaking. I also agree with you on that point. And moving on to our next question, as I have read about your committee and seen the work that you do. The committee focuses on raising awareness through innovative methods like campaigns and educational workshops, and which is a very commendable effort. Could you share some personal examples of particularly effective awareness campaigns that you conduct?
Legally conduct many camps and events which and we try our best that every event has a impact or has a effectiveness in the society. Our flagship event Nav Chetna, as we have talked about. So Nav Chetna, in Nav Chetna, we conduct camps in our local surroundings, villages and schools. So when going to schools and camps, we, with having a good interaction and event with the students, we try to aim on a full topic with the students. That we have talked about gender sensitivity, right? We talked about road safety for the toddlers, good manners for the playing students, and we have also talked about drug abuse for the higher classes students. And we make sure that every camp has a impactfulness to the student. Moving further, the every month we conduct a Chai Pe Kanooni Charcha. We make sure that every in Chai Pe Kanooni Charcha, basically we try to communicate with the local. So it's mainly conducted with our hospitality staff and with the local, which basically is in that event we talk about a legal topic and also spread awareness to them what legal aid is, and we tell them that we are here to help you, to make a community with them, right? So in that also we talk about ration card, we talk about domestic violence, how you we also talk about them, the different policies that government have for women, how our didis helping didi, how they can get access to those government policies and benefit them. So I remember talking about ration card. We get a speaker, guest speaker, one of our faculties or someone from outside to talk about such topics who is well versed with such information and in same field. So we get. I remember talking about ration card, and majority of our staff members, didis and bhaiyas, they were not aware about like how actually ration card is. They must have heard that राशन कार्ड इज समथिंग हाँ सरकार हमें देती है पर उन्हें यही नहीं पता कि उनको एक्सेस कैसे करें और हम उसके बारे में कैसे हम उसको एक्सेस कैसे कर सकते तो चाय पे कानूनी चर्चा इज पर्सनली my very close to my heart and I treat it like my own event and we make sure it's every event of Chai Pe Kanooni Charcha is full of eventfulness. After the event, I remember we definitely every time we have an impact on the didis. Didis always, whenever they see us around, even outside of a campus or anywhere out, they make sure to wave us, and we see that we are making a contact with them. We are making a community and building safe. Didi also people see us outside and they come to us कि हाँ हमने आपको इस event में देखा था तो हाँ हमें ना हमारे यहाँ पे कैसे है हम कैसे help ले सकते हैं so this is something that brings us joy to us and we also every month we plan to 1, 2 or however available we are 2 to 3 door-to-door campaigns. In door-to-door campaigns, we have personalized pamphlets delivery door to door, and we make sure we talk about something, we brief them about something, and we give those pamphlets to them for the event. And school visits, we also try to visit schools, orphanages, road safety, we orphanages, and we also have a old age home Prem Dham, which we visit very frequently. So we make sure to talk about such topics like road safety, environmental protection laws, rights, good touch, bad touch, and with not only about talking, we also plan a in-campus event or outside event which uses different mediums to talk to them, right? Not only a verbal conversation. Sometimes we also uh, um, leave a good remark on them through a pictorial presentation, like movies. We also have a Nukkad team, uh, which also, and we play a very remarkable and very interesting skits and Nukkad with them. We do poem recitation, and we recently, yesterday, right, we have a short film. We showed a short films to in a Chai Pe Kanooni Charcha, and we talked about them it was for our Didis as Women's Days around the corner. So we talked about women empowerment. We showed to Didi and I remember one of the Didis agreeing with us कि हाँ इसमें तो ऐसा ही होता है औरतें बैठी रहती हैं मतलब मर्द बैठे रहते हैं घर के और औरतें सारी काम करती हैं हाँ हमें ऐसा बोलते हैं कि हाँ तुम्हें काम करना है तुम औरत हो तो basically we feel very good like yes we are leaving some impact on them and building a good community with them.
Add on to Ria's. And personally, my favorite also is a Chai Pe Kanooni Charcha and door-to-door campaign because through Chai Pe Kanooni Charcha, we personally believe that changes begins at home with small, eight meaningful steps before extending to the larger community. We also conduct door-to-door awareness campaign, ensuring legal aid reaches people at doorstep because these two events are very recent event and these two events help us a lot to smoothen our work like earlier people were unaware about the legal aid office and their legal aid rights like they can assess legal aid and they can approach to us through these two initiative we have come across through different matters and right now we have overcome many challenges like we were facing earlier also this year one of our favorite initiative going to organized in the April we are going to organize National Legal Aid Excellence Award which we are planning from past years and in the month of April we are going to organize that our own edition of Legal Aid Excellence Award. In that, we want to encourage and support other legal aid clinics across the country. So that would be the another favorite event of ours. So these two events are most impactful, and other thing are going to continue like Nav Chetna, Nukkad Natak. We have also conducted inter-college Nukkad Natak competitions where different Nukkad Natak teams came and compete with each other, and we appreciate other university as well and other legal aid clinic as well through these kind of competitions. So my favorite are these three, and Ria also told, because Chai Pe Kanooni Charcha is the initiative initiated by Ria itself, Ria and one of our PR head.
That is really, really nice. And addressing to the point that when you see that other people are actually benefiting from the work you do, that certainly provides a lot of fulfillment. And you feel satisfied that the work you are doing is actually uh, providing results in the right direction. And about the point of the excellence awards, even our committee will be participating in this. Our representatives
Yes,
will be coming for the event. And many best wishes to you for successfully organizing yet another event.
thank you so
And
much.
this brings me to my next question, which is that since we organize a lot of such campaigns, events, outreach programs inside and both outside our college, there are a lot of logistical as well as administrative challenges. So what exactly are these challenges which you face while conducting legal aid camps as well as activities, especially in rural and remote areas?
Conducting events in rural and remote areas, definitely there are challenges contacting to people and planning events with them. We don't face much of problem as our university has very good contacts with the surroundings. As UPS has adopted 16 local schools around us and 4 villages, so we have good connectivity with them, good communication, good relations with them. So we don't have major problems planning events with them. But as our campus is situated in the outskirts of the Dehradun, right? So we face a bit of problem in commuting. In as weather of Dehradun is how pretty it is, how beautiful it is. It's also unexpected. So majority of the times we need to call off the events because of the sudden rain. So one of the major problem is the accessibility to things as we are in the outskirts. So we and with the accessibility of commuting is also leads us to the accessibility and access to the resources for having, because conducting event in villages, we need to make sure there is electricity. With the heavy rains you can't expect good electricity, good network. We do face main problem we face is the connectivity because of the area, though we don't face much problem with it. People around us are well versed and very goodly nicely connected to us, so we have good relations with them, so they are very open, even they have fun कि हाँ भाई कोई आया है, कोई कुछ तो मजे कराएगा. Even students also see very after students seeing us, they also get very excited कि हाँ तो दीदी भैया आए हैं स्कूल में, कुछ तो अच्छा करा के जाएंगे. We don't face much problems. We are very thankful for our university of having good connections around the area, so we enjoy planning our events around it.
One thing I would like to add, like sometimes it's not a major problem, but a slight problem, like the resources. Like if we want to conduct a event in a school, so we have to make sure that they have a good infra for that, good electricity, like Ria have just mentioned, or projector. If we want to show some PPT or film or short movie, then to make sure that they would have a good projector or a screen. So we have to make sure. If not, then we will arrange for that. Most of the time we carry our equipment with us for conducting our event, so that's a thing. But as I have already mentioned, like earlier, it was really difficult when I talked to our faculty advisor and previous executives. Like they shared a lot of things. Like earlier they faced a lot of problem, but right now we have overcome major issues. And if we conduct any camps to our nearby villages, regular villages, then that's okay. But if we want to conduct at any new place, then that's a simple thing, obvious thing, that we face sometimes a very little challenges, but we overcome that thing.
Adding on, we do at times also we face cultural barriers with them planning events. So at times, as we want exclusive programs with females, so females they don't allow much to be interactive with them. Rest we have good surroundings, and we don't have much face much. And but we have found a solution to all of this problem, as we are well versed कि हाँ ये problem आने वाली है. So we have planned. We try to plan our event पहले से in advance and make sure everything is available. Even going to school, we ask them कि what all thing do you have? You would be requiring it. Either we carry it ourselves or plan it how to make.
Yeah, that is really really nice. And also the basic thing is double checking everything before going for outreach so as to ensure that there are no fallouts, which is the motto even our committee follows, and that helps us go a long way in successfully conducting all these events. And all your answers were really really nice, which gave us great insights. With this we come towards the end of our interview.
Yeah, and since we are at the end of the interview, I would also like to add on to what Soumya and Ria said, that there are there are certain times when there's issue regarding the resource problem in rural or remote areas, because we can also relate to that problem, since when we are also conducting workshops in government schools in villages or in some remote areas. So maybe we have there are certain things we can explain better with the help of a presentation or a PPT, and and there is no connectivity, or maybe there's no projector in that institution or school, so it is a barrier. But as Soumya mentioned, that we try to overcome with that from them, and we carry our equipment. Sometimes there's no mic in an institute. I remember we are like always carrying our mics and speakers to the, because we know ki if there would be some problem or there might be some issue with the mics or anything else. As Nadia also mentioned, that the key is to double check everything. And as with this, we come towards the end of the interview. And thank you so much for sharing your inspiring journey and the impactful work carried out by the UPES Legal Aid Clinic. Your dedication to bridging the gap between legal education and community service is truly commendable. It is also inspiring to see that how actively law students are participating in these initiatives, and while we are also helping other people, I think we are also helping ourselves by gaining invaluable hands-on experiences and learning the true essence of what legal advocacy is. And as members of the Legal Aid and Awareness Committee at NLU Jodhpur, we deeply resonate with the aspirations and challenges that come with legal aid and community service. We are very grateful for your insight to the challenges faced and the strategies employed to overcome them, and your vision for the future. Thank you so much again for giving your
Thank you
time.
so much. Thank you so much, team. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Legal Aid Clinic of NLU Jodhpur for hosting this session as a part of your commendable Darpan series. I also extend my sincere thanks to the entire team behind this initiative, as well as to everyone who took the time to listen and engage with us and our experiences. It has been an wonderful experience to share the work we do at the Legal Aid Clinic UPS. And I hope our conversation today inspire more meaningful discussion and collaborative efforts in the field of the legal aid. Finally, I look forward to continue interactions and joint initiatives and collective efforts. Thank you so much once again.